Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network and our continuing coverage of Pop Warner football. We continue our day now at the 12U division between the Flagler Titans and the Suntree Viera Hawks. So far, the day is tied up at 2 games apiece. The 7U and 9U have gone to the Flagler Titans. The 10U and 11U have gone to the Suntree Viera Hawks. Getting ready to get 12U set underway. Just waiting for the referees. I'm going to give the sun looks like it has disappeared. If anyone out there believes, send a prayer that the rain stays away. If the rain stays away, well, I'll tell you what, I'll be in for a real treat. As right now you're kind of watching the Suntree Viera Hawks kind of warm up, stay warm, staying loose. Just doing some light, keep everything ready to go. You'll remember this 12U Suntree Viera team last week had a game stopped just in the middle of it. It was the David Sanchez It was the Brody Argo David Sanchez game, as that game was stopped in the middle due to weather, and we had to come back last Sunday back up to New Smyrna Beach where that game was finished off. Again, it was David Sanchez to Brody Argo connection, that game that really won them that game. It's gonna be a fun one here. Just kind of doing some talking. Go ahead and share the stream to everyone. Let everyone know they can watch this game if they cannot be out here, Wadsworth Park. They can watch this right here on the Brevard Sports Network YouTube page. As the referees are now making their way, so we will officially get set with the coin toss. And the park is jumping. This will be our first look at the Flagler Titans program. They have signed a contract with Brevard Sports Network. We will do their home games this season, so get prepared to see a lot of Flagler. And I believe, for those watching back in Brevard County, if I'm not mistaken, next week you'll see another Brevard County team. I believe you'll see the Astronaut War Eagles, Pop Warner organization, if my memory serves me correct. And I very well could be wrong. Here are your captains for this 12U matchup. We got number 33, Jamari Evans. Number 12, Cupid Rodriguez. Number 7, David Uri. Number 6, Brandon Jacobs. And number 32, Alexander Hadras. For the Suntree Viera Hawks, we have number 9, Gavin Brower. We have number 88, Cameron Jacobson. I believe it's number 37. Might be 34. Jason Norton. As they're doing the coin toss. The sun has gone away, so we're attempting to I got both clipboards in my hand so I don't have to use the umbrella. May the rain stay away so that can continue to be the case, and I can at least call names for the final 2 games of the day. The white hat getting all of them to look. This is heads, this is tails. You're going to Viera, you are the visiting team. You will call it in the air. Or you chose one. What did he say? He said this. And it will. Flagler has won the toss. I think actually Suntree Viera, I think, has won the toss. Nope. They have won the toss. They have deferred to the second half. They're going to receive. And we'll get a chance to see this 12U Suntree Viera offense and 12U Flagler defense coming up to start out this matchup. So here we go. Again, Suntree Viera was in a tough barn burner that lasted 2 days against New Smyrna Beach last week. And back deep to return is number 8, Brody Argo. And number 16, Joey Pastorvich, set to do the kicking. Will be number 8. It's going to be Jason Penland. Penland gets all set. You ready? You ready? Total leather, and we have kicked this one off. And Argo's going to pick that one up, makes a defender miss, and be guided to the sideline and taken down. That's not Argo, that's Pastorvich. Pastorvich will be guided to the sideline, and we'll see 1st and 10 at the 45, 44-yard line. Check that, the 43. All right, here we go. And whistle's already preventing. We have 3 referees. Argo drops back. Argo across, and that's David Sanchez. He's going to his favorite target early. Comes on the slant route, and it will be 1st and 5 or 2nd and 5 here for the Suntree Viera Hawks. So that's what the referee was doing. He was saying we only have 3 referees. We're going to do our best to try to control everything. So Argo comes out in the empty set. Sanchez to the bottom of your screen. Sends Lincoln Keith, and Lincoln Keith on the wide receiver. Tried to get him on the jet sweep. Great tackle there made by number 12, and that's Cupid Rodriguez getting his name involved early in this one. Rodriguez did a good job kind of staying home, engaged with the block, disengaged, and got his hands on Keith. And it will bring up 3rd and about 11 now for the Suntree Viera Hawks. Now we have our fourth official. Argo snaps. Argo rolling right. Fires. He's got Sanchez in double coverage, and great defense there. Number 8 on the pass deflection. Number 8, Jason Penland. Penland knocked that one and fought Sanchez all the way to the ground for it, making sure that it was going to be an incomplete ball. Argo already trying to get Sanchez involved, trying to get big play Sanchez rolling early. Got him a small touch there on the slant, tried to get him going with a deep route. Argo calls for the snap. He's going to roll left. Fires and incomplete. He overshoots Lincoln Keith, and that will bring up a turnover on downs. That was 4th down, and the aggressiveness does not work in the favor of Suntree Viera. So here comes the Flagler Titans. We'll get a chance to see their offense in for the first time today. And here we go. The offense of the Titans. Getting a look at this 12U offense. They come out in a spread look. Running back sidecar left. There's the snap, and he's going to take it himself, does QB1, and he'll pick up a couple of yards before being cracked down. That's number 20. That's going to be Cameron Howard. Takes that snap and goes right up the middle, picks up a couple of yards. Going to bring up 2nd down here for the Titans. And now they're going to go a little hurry up here. Howard calls for the snap. Now he's going to come near side. Great job disengaging on the block, getting up the tackle. Number 12 for the Hawks. That's going to be Lozano Small. And Small gets the tackle. On Howard. It's going to bring up 3rd down, 3rd and about 6. Now there's number, I think, 15. New quarterback. He's going to hand off to, oh, wow. So he handed off to Cameron Howard, number 15, Dalton Thompson. And the Flagler faithful want a flag called at the end of that one. Now, uh-oh. Coach getting a verbal warning. I didn't see the shot thrown that the fans are mad at, but there's number 15 handing the ball off. He's going to get outside, and that's going to be a big shot. That's Argo taking out number 33. That's Jamari Evans. And that's going to be a first down for the Titans. Be a Chris Brown, local Geico office, St. Augustine, first down. And again, number 15, Dalton Thompson in at quarterback. Thompson calls for and he swings out to his back. His back makes a man miss. And that's number 20, Cameron Howard. Howard makes a man miss and picks up a couple of yards. Call it 2nd and 8. And it will be on the Hawk 30-yard line. Thompson, 2 backs in the backfield with him. Near side, number 8, Jason Penland. Now they send number 7 out, David Urey. And there's the handoff there to Howard. Howard fighting hard in the middle. And Howard pick up a couple yards. It'll make it 2nd down, or 3rd down. 3rd and about 6 here for the Titans. Titans kind of going at it slow. You know, little swing passes, shots up the middle. Thompson calls for the snap. He'll hand off to 33, who will get bottled up. And he escapes a tackle. Still escaping tackles. Finally brought down. He had to fight for whatever yardage he did get, and they'll say he lost a couple. Jamari Evans given a hard fight there in the middle, but he was brought down by a host of Hawks. Firstly named number 72, Walter Miracle. And they're pushing that pile forward. Little tush push. Now he sneaks out. That's Howard. Howard to the end zone. Touchdown, Flagler Titans. Cameron Howard stayed behind the pile, then cut out from the pile. Everyone's so suckered in. Howard with a touchdown, and the Titans strike first blood. Had me fooled all the way. I can't even lie. I thought it was going with the old tush push. I was at the 31 yards. So that was a 31-yard touchdown run. And point after is no good. But the Titans strike first and get on the board first. How does Suntree Viera respond? Well, you ain't got to wait long right here on the Brevard Sports Network. I told you this was going to be a fun one. Hope you had your snacks, your popcorn, your whatever your midday Saturday drink of choice is. .136 left to go here in the first quarter. 12U action. Caleb Brown been here all day. Beautiful day at Wadsworth Park. Had a little rain earlier today. All right, and number 8, Fabian Thomas, set to kick off. Thomas puts toe to leather, and it will be a short kick. And wow. And there's going to be another one. 2 flags come in. All right, so they're calling face mask on the Titans. And so that will be 15 yards. So here come Argo, drops back. Argo stepping up. He's already feeling the pressure. He's going to take off and run with it. Argo gets behind the block. Argo down the sideline. Touchdown, Suntree Viera. Brody Argo, one play. +35 yards on the touchdown run. And guess what, folks? The Hawks answer back in just one play. We're all tied up 6-6. But wait, hold on. Wait a minute. They're marching backwards. And I believe the call is going to be holding on the Hawks, so that'll negate the penalty. So that's going to back this one up. .106 left to go here in the first quarter. Wait. Wait a minute. What? Oh, they're kicking the extra point. Okay, so touchdown does stand. They're kicking the extra point into the parking lot so they don't lose the football in the woods. Okay. Snap is good. Oh, snap is not good. Hold. And he's just got to throw that one away. And it's 6-6. We're all tied up. Six. It only took one play to respond. That was a Argo 30-plus yard touchdown run. And now we get the Suntree Viera Hawks. Number 19 set to do the kicking duties. It's Martin Zeller. Wait, what? I am so confused. Oh, well, yeah. Okay. Referees are confusing me now. I think the referee got a little confused of which way we were going to after that kick. So here we go. Zeller set to kick this one off. We're all tied up 6-6. A minute left in the first quarter. Zeller is going to kick that one, and it's going to go to the Suntree Viera Hawks. He kicked it ever so gently. There was a big old hole sitting around the 40-yard line. Nobody was over there. That's just smart football IQ. And now you'll get the offense of the Suntree Viera Hawks back out on the field. High football IQ there by Zeller. And the Hawks will have the ball first and 10 from the 45-yard line. Number 5 checking in the game. That's Corey Small, the third. And they'll hand it off to their big back. Let him get a couple yards. It's number 18. It's Blake Braid. Braid picks up about a yard. 2nd and 9. Argo with Small and Braid in the backfield. And that's going to stop this one. Offsides on the Titans. So that'll be 5 yards. So go from 2nd and 9 to 2nd and 4. And we get one untimed down. One untimed down here. And who moved first? I think this is going to be the offense. False start on the offense. So here we go. Now we're doing the cha-cha slide. Take it back now, y'all. One jump this time. No? Okay. I'll get back to broadcasting the game. So now we're back to 2nd and 9 after the 5 yards was given back. And so do we begin the second quarter? I'm going to change the scoreboard to the second quarter because I think we are in the second quarter, even though we've had 2 back-to-back penalties. I know the game. I know a game or a quarter cannot end on a defensive penalty. Can it end in an offensive? And here we go. So it will be Hawk ball, 1st and 10. From the 44, the Titan 44. Or no, it's 2nd and 9 from the 44. Argo hands the ball up, and Braid will go down at the line of scrimmage. May have lost a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd down. There we go. 3rd down and 10 as he loses the yardage. Argo with a full house backfield. Small, Braid, and one other back. Now he's going to call it on his own. He's going to try to get around, and oh my! That was a collision of 2 Warriors right there. That was Brody Argo colliding with number 27. Let me make sure we get the name of that running brick wall. I don't have a 27 on my roster. Yes, I do. That's JCX Balden. And Balden and Argo ran into each other. That looked like a car wreck. And neither one gave way. That's the scary part. Or fun part if you like that physical football. Argo now comes out empty set. Argo calls for the snap. Argo being rushed. Gets outside. Fires it downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. And that was a turnover on downs. Great job by that Titans defense coming up with a stop. And here comes that Titans offense. Howard is going to check into the ball game. And they're going to line up in this power formation. And little tush-push action, and they're going to try to bump it outside again. And he gets to the outside. He's got a blocker, got one man to beat, and brought down. That's number 9 coming in with the tackle. That's Gavin Brower. Brower with the tackle. Big run there by Howard. Cameron Howard. Going back to that, I mean, look, hey, if it's working, they can't stop it. You're picking up 7-8 yards of play, and now it's number 33, and there's Jamari Evans. Evans breaks through for the score. Touchdown, Flagler Titans. Jamari Evans. And the Flagler sidelines and faithful have exploded with excitement. But all right, so now we're gonna switch sides here because again we're kicking all extra points over, or all 2-point kicks over here, so we don't lose the balls in the woods and the neighborhood. There's a neighborhood behind those woods, and they don't want to kick the ball into somebody's yard, and you have a Karen decide they want to call the police because they decided to live next to a football field. Anyway, but yeah, the 2-point kick looking to be executed. It's 12-6, Flagler on top. Snap and kick is no good, but there's a penalty flag after the fact. Now hold on, folks. Personal foul on the Hawks, so they'll get a chance to retry the kick. Move it 6 inches closer. Kick is up, and it's no good. According to the back referee, it is no good. It looked good to me. But anyway, my opinion don't matter. 12-6, Flagler on top as they go to the tush push fake offense. And the sun has returned. Of course it has. Game's getting good. Getting in the rhythm of calling some of these names, and Sun's like, why don't we take those rosters away from you? And there's the kick by Fabian, and it's taken there by Blake Braid. Braid trying to get to the outside. Braid dodges a tackle. He'll get met up, and he'll fall forward. And it will be first down for the Hawks, just shy of the 50-yard line. have to pull the umbrella back out because this sun don't look like it's going nowhere. And here we go. Argo in the backfield. Argo gives it to Keith. Lincoln Keith trying to find the hole. Great tackle there. Number 10 comes in to make the tackle. Just gets a hold of the jersey. And that's Jordan Bonney. Argo going empty set now. Argo is going to take off and run with it. Argo makes a man miss, makes another man miss. Argo in a foot race. Argo. Touchdown, Suntree Viera. Argo scoring Suntree Viera's both touchdowns. And we're all tied up at 12 again. Martin Zeller set to kick this one. Argo to hold. Kick is up. Kick is good. But there's a penalty offsides. So he made it, but because the offsides call, he has to re-kick it again. They weren't given the choice to accept or decline that penalty. Snap is good. Kick is up. And the kick is good. And it's 14-12 in favor of the Hawks. So Zeller getting set to kick this one off. 14-12 in favor of Suntree Viera. It's going to be Evans and Howard back deep to return. And that one's kicked short, and great job on the recovery by Zero. And great tackle there by number 94. That's Cameron Perkins, or Waylon Perkins. Number 0 on the return. It's Mr. Noah. This wind is going to wreak havoc. I know it. This wind is going to blow this umbrella all over the place. Trying to hold the umbrella, both rosters in one hand and work this camera. And there's that tush push. And again, waiting to try to break away. And this time the Hawks got smart. Hawks had some people on the outside there waiting. Didn't even see who the back was. I think that might have been Howard. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5. And here they go. They go right up the middle again. And the Hawks got around, and number 77 doing his best to make sure Howard doesn't lose the football, because the Hawks weren't going for the tackle. They're trying to rip that football out. And trying to bounce it outside, and he will be hit and dropped by a host of Hawks. First one there, number 94, Waylon Perkins. One of the first Hawks. Timeout called by Flagler. All right, I got to put the rosters down. I can't keep doing this and missing plays as they... All right, so the rosters are out of my hand, so if I miss a name that I don't remember offhand, I apologize, but I got to keep this umbrella with one hand. I got to work the camera with the other, so my phone does not overheat, because the sun is just peeking out from behind the clouds, and the clouds in front of it are too thin to block it, so I got to make sure you all can see the action, because this is a television mobile media broadcast, not a radio broadcast. And you all would like to see all of the action. So I apologize in advance. I am not skipping names on purpose. I'm literally just going based off of the ones that I remember from just calling when I was holding the clipboard. It's Thompson sending Howard in motion. Fakes to Howard. He's going to give it, looking for number 8. He was looking for Fabian. And that is incomplete. And that will be a turnover on downs. And it will be Suntree Viera Hawk ball. Hawks lead 14-12. as the Hawks now come out on offense. And again, to new Flagler fans that may not have heard. So we are out of Brevard County. Flagler reached out to us about doing their games, their home games, and we gladly accepted the contract. Typically, I do the Suntree Viera Hawks and the Satellite Beach Scorpions. So I may know more of their names just because I broadcast them more regularly, and I have for the last couple years. Argo on the snap. He's going to give it to Smalls. Corey Smalls, the third, will get dropped in the backfield. And a host of Titans in there to make sure that that run is in for a loss of yards. And that's a loss of big yardage. We're talking 5 to 7 yards. So I just found out number 4's nickname is Tarzan from the coach there yelling it. That's great. So if I address him as Tarzan, it's just because that I don't remember seeing his name on the roster. So Argo drops back. He's under a lot of pressure, but he's got a wide open. He had one wide open receiver, one receiver in double coverage, and he kind of like lofts it, almost as if he was hoping to get a pass interference call. And it's 3rd and long here for the Hawks. Fakes the option to Lincoln Keith, and Argo tries to go up the middle. Great tackle made there by number 6. Oh, okay, nope. Just trying to see if I could cover up my my mixer and my control panel over here, but it looks like if I do that, yep, that's going to be in the shot. Okay. Some clouds could really move in front of the sun and sit there the rest of the day. That would be awesome. No rain, just clouds. That's all I need. And it's going to be fourth and about 12 here. 4th and 12. There's the pass to Argo. Argo trying to set up a double pass. Great job there by the Titans. Number 27 got in there and disrupted that one. The Titans thought there might be some trickery afoot, and as soon as they saw Argo not in the backfield directly, they knew something was up. Great reaction by the defense, and it will be 1st down. Turnover on downs. Hawks lead 14-12 with 21 seconds left to go here in the first half. Evans coming off the field. Looks to be due to some heat. Coach calling for the cooling towel on Evans. 9 seconds. 9 seconds left to go. What a big defensive stand it was. Titans just had. Do they have something in the playbook here? Cameron Howard in at quarterback. No, check that. That's Thompson. That's Dalton Thompson. Thompson calls for the snap. Thompson, there's the screen, and they give it to Cameron Howard. Howard jumps behind his blockers. Great seal block. Howard down the sideline, one man to beat, and he will be pushed out of bounds before he can reach the end zone, and that will do it for the first half. But hold on, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen, wait a minute. There's a flag on the play. Remember, a half cannot end on a defensive penalty. Illegal man downfield on the Titans. And that will end the half. Illegal man downfield. And coaches are not happy about it. Coach is once again arguing with the official. Well, I can tell you as a broadcaster, it's never a good sign when they start pointing at me saying, "Oh, we can show you the footage," because you know what a referee's going to say? I don't need to see that. I made the call. Illegal man downfield. That ends the half. We'll be back in about 10 minutes right here on the Brevard Sports Network. Welcome back, folks. We are just about done with halftime. Here we go. Wadsworth Park is alive and full of life after the way that that first half ended. Fresh 10 on the clock. Howard back deep to receive, along with number 6. The two deep to receive for Flagler. Martin Zeller set to kick this ball off. As the referee, the white hat, returns from the tent. Coaches are still talking to the side judge about that final play. They spent most of halftime, did the Flagler coaches, talking to officials about the play. And there's an onside kick attempt. And right now there's a scrum in that pile. And and upon further review, the referees made the decision, and it is Flagler Titan football. All right, here we go. So Flagler can breathe a sigh of relief, but now they got to get back on offense here. There's Thompson. Thompson gives it to Evans. Evans finding his way, and oh my goodness gracious, what a tackle. Number 16 comes up with the tackle. Jamari Evans was trying to find another hole to explode from, and he opened door number 3, and door number 3 had number 16 behind it. Great tackle of such an explosive athlete. I can tell I'm going to be calling Jamari Evans' name quite a number more times, if not today, in the following weeks that we have Flagler on the schedule. And he's going to hand it back to Evans. Evans makes a man miss. Evans slips out of another tackle. Evans cuts back inside, and he is going to be wrestled down by David Sanchez. And he's picking up, again, just more chunk yardage. And it's going to be 3rd and short for the Titans. No, they're going to get – hold on. Now the officials are – so it's 1st down, and the officials are So, wait. Oh, it's 3rd and 10. What? How did that just all happen? Okay, first down, 1st and 10. And there's a toss to Evans. Evans behind a lot of blockers. Evans still running. Evans still down the sideline. And taken down after a huge gain, and he is inside the all-outdoor trailers red zone. There's a snap, and he gives it to Howard. Cameron Howard running behind blockers, and Cameron Howard gets a nice set of yardage before being taken down. He'll pick up about 6 or 7 yards on the play, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 4. Look, right now, Flagler is playing with a chip on their shoulder. They're angry at how the final play ended at the end of the first half. And he goes off to Howard. Howard tackled after picking up a couple of yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and very short. 3rd and about a yard. There's the handoff up to Evans. Evans with a spin move. Evans to the end zone. Touchdown, Flagler Titans. Jamari Evans playing with a big chip on his shoulder because remember at the end of that first half he had to come to the bench due to heat exhaustion. So you want to talk about someone who is really playing with a chip on his shoulder, and it's 18-14, and looks like they're going to just go for the point after. And they're going to send the player off. It's number 7. Thompson says, I'll put you where you need to be. There's the snap. Thompson hands off to Howard. Cameron Howard brought down in the backfield. Number 72 with the tackle. And again, Flagler comes out and puts 6 points on the board, and it's 18-14. This is angry football right now that's being played, and I love it. Flagler. That drive brought to you by the St. Augustine office of Geico. Call Chris Brown at 904-506-6500. Again, 5:06, 6,500. As we look at that Geico scoreboard, 18-14 with 5:38 left to go here in the third quarter. And it's going to be a bounce pass, and he knew to jump on that one. 94, that's Waylon Perkins. Perkins knew there's no picking it up after that. You jump on it and secure it for your offense. $5:37 left to go here in the third quarter. 18-14, Flagler up, 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. The Hawks on their own 49. Argo brings his Hawks to the line, empty set. Argo changes the line at the line of scrimmage. Wait a minute. Sends a man off. Great recognition there by Argo. Sanchez takes the slant. David Sanchez with a stiff arm. Sanchez fighting his way in. He'll pick up about 6 or 7 yards. Suntree Viera Hawks using Sanchez almost like a Mike Evans type of role. You know, he can line up outside. You throw him jump balls. You can move him inside, let him kind of come over the middle. Big, strong receiver. Perkins. And now sends Zeller in motion. And now they're putting a bunch of people in motion. There's Lincoln Keith. No, wait a minute. Number 16 gets sandwiched in between 2 Titans. And I'm going to say wind the clock. It's going to be a Suntree Viera Hawk first down, sponsored by All Outdoor Trailers and Meyer Neum Construction. Argo sends a man in motion. Argo rolling. Argo got nowhere to go with the football. Gets wide, directing traffic. Fires. He's got a man wide open. It's caught. Martin Zeller. Zeller with the cutback. Now Zeller cutting back outside and thrown out of bounds. Martin Zeller got behind the defense. And now it's 1st and goal for the Suntree Viera Hawks with 2:48 left to go in the third quarter. So the Hawks looking to answer back. And they call him the big boy package, and the goal line defense comes out for the Titans. Under center. Argo's going to keep it himself. Argo's going to race to the corner, turns the corner, lowers the shoulder into the end zone. No, he stopped short. He is stopped short, they're saying, at the 1-yard line. The 1-yard line. Argo was trying to race to the end zone, got knocked out of bounds at the 1. And here we go, Argo, empty set. And there's a catch. Touchdown, Blake Braid. And Braid, great football IQ by Argo to get the quick snap. Quick snap, quick throw, Braid standing in the end zone. And guess what, folks? It's 20-18 pending the 2-point kick. Zeller awaits the kick. Snap. And there's a flag on the play. And so Jamari Evans hits the long snapper. Rule is you can't touch the long snapper when he's snapping the foot. You can't touch his head. And if you like push his head down in order to get by him, they're going to call that every time. Punts, field goals. It's not a rule you see much used, but Jamari exploded through that center gap. Someone's got to tighten that up. Kick is up and good. And it's a 22-18 game. The Hawks take the 4-point lead back. $1:14 left to go in the third quarter. This is a dogfight right here. This is I got a chance to listen to a great coach back in Brevard County. His name was Coach Lusk. Coach Patrick Lusk led the Rockledge Raiders on those state championship runs alongside head coach Chuck Wood. And whenever I think Coach Lusk, I think of this one saying because he said it for days on end at practice when you felt like giving up, when you thought you were too tired to do something at practice. How bad do you want it, and what does it mean to you? That's what's being asked of these two teams right here. This is a dogfight. This is how bad do you want this win? What are you willing to do? Zeller set to kick off. Zeller, that's touched by a Titan, and Evans. Jamari Evans said, I don't need to take an unnecessary shot, get the ball, get on the ground, secure the ball for my offense and myself. I say secure the ball for the offense as if Evans is not one of the heaviest doses of that offense. 53 seconds left to go in the third quarter as the timeout is taken. Everyone going over what they want done. 1st and 10. The Titans have it 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. They got to get to the Viera 45 to pick up a first down. And they're going to hand off to Evans. Evans, first back through. Evans tries to pop out and breaks out of a tackle. I don't know how he broke out of that tackle. Number 72 had a grip on him, and I don't know how he broke through of that. But he held him just long enough for the rest of the swarm of Hawks to come in and make the play and finish that off. And here we go. And plays being stopped. And that will be the final play of the third quarter with your score. Suntree Viera 22, Flagler Titans 18. Folks, don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss any of this action. I love games like this. This is youth football right here. Two teams, two coaches that are trying to outcoach each other. All right, what do I got to do here? What do I got to do here? What can I set up here? This is youth football. Fresh 10 on the clock. And here we go. Dalton Thompson in at quarterback. Thompson gives it to Howard. Cameron Howard tackled almost immediately, and he'll get maybe a yard there. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 at the 40 at their own 46-yard line. 22-18. A stop here is huge if you're Suntree Viera. If you're Flagler, converting this is also huge. Dalton sends a man in motion. There's the toss, and that's going to be a flag. False start on the offense. So that'll back them up 5 yards. Third and 14 now for the Titans. Ball spotted at just the 42-yard line. '41. Gives it to Evans, and Evans has some room, and he is tripped up. Grabbed around the ankles. He picks up a few yards. May have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. And it's 4th and 9 right here for the Titans. If you're Titans, you got to think this is 4-down territory, because every time each team has touched the ball, with the exception of one drive, each team has scored. So you almost have to treat this as if it's 4-down territory. 7:44 left to go here in the game. I'd say this: if Dalton has an accurate pass in him, and I'm only saying that because I haven't seen him play, but up to this point, maybe a little play action, get the safeties biting down and get someone out. Dalton and Evans. Play action. And that's a tip pass, and that's incomplete. Number 72 with the big pass breakup. Walter Miracle on the pass breakup. Big number 72 comes in clutch when the Hawks need him. And with 6:58 left to go, the Hawks have possession, 1st and 10. And there's a handoff, and he cuts back. There's Lincoln Keith. Keith might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage, may have picked up a yard. They'll say he did pick up 1 yard. 2nd and 9 here for the Hawks. Coming up on 6 minutes left to play in the game. The Titans defense needs to stop. They need to stop and need to get it back to their offense here. If you're the Hawks, you're trying to drain as much of this clock as possible. If you can score, that's just a bonus. Argo calls the snap. Argo escapes. And he's got a wide open receiver who will be caught just short of a 1st down. It's going to bring up 3rd down now. This is a huge 3rd down play. Coming up just under 5.5 minutes left to go. Didn't see who the receiver was, but I believe it might have been Waylon Perkins. Getting those dirty yards. Argo comes out, empty set. Argo now steps up. Argo's got nowhere to go. He's got to take it himself. And Argo thinks he's got a 1st down, and he does. Argo picks up a 1st down with 4:48 left to go. And the clock is stopped for an official's water break. While they take a water break, I'm going to get myself a drink of water because, folks, this is exciting stuff right here. 4:48 left to go. 22-20 28. Suntree Viera on top, but that defense can get us, if they get a stop, this turns into a whole different game here. All right, folks, we are back here on the Brevard Sports Network. Here we go, 4:48. There's the toss. Gets to the outside. He's got room to run. Cuts upfield. He's got one man to beat. And tackled just inside the 5-yard line. That was number 12 on the carry. That was Lasanio Small Jr. This is big here. First and goal. Argo under center. Lincoln Keith in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Keith. Keith cuts back inside. Slips another tackle. Trying to slip his way into the end zone. And a good stop made by the Titans. Second and goal. Here we go, Argo, empty set. Sends Waylon Perkins, now he's going to roll. Fires, and it's caught! Touchdown, Suntree Viera! Argo to number 34, Jace Norton. And Norton comes up with a clutch touchdown catch. And it's a 10-point ball game with 2:44 left to go. And they're going to go for the 2-point kick. And so they're going to march all the way down here for the 2-point kick. Argo thought he was going to take it in. Then he saw Jace Norton slide behind the defense. Wow. What a game this has been so far. Again, there's still 2:44 left to go. Argo with the hold. The Zeller's kick is up, and the kick is good. And it's a 12-point ball game. And now comes the kickoff, which is equally as important here. The Suntree Viera Hawks have gotten a couple lucky ones. The Flagler Titans, up to this point, have seemed to have ended that lucky streak. But the coaches and fans are telling the boys, keep your heads up, and they have to. Because right now you still have a chance. 2:44. I've seen a lot happen in 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Zeller checking with both sides, and the 2, 3, 4, 5. And it touches a Titan, and good job, number 11, falling on it. That's Luke Ellsbury. Ellsbury just falls on it and secures it for his offense, only losing 2 seconds. (30-18). I'll say this, the Titans got to score quick. Now they have big play capability. Cameron Howard, Jamari Evans. Dalton looks, fires, and it's caught. It is caught. But they're going to say he's down. Now, hold on now. The white hat is saying no, incomplete. The white hat is coming over to overrule. So the white hat comes and overrules the side judge. The side judge was closer, and you saw the visible frustration in the side judge with his white hat. White hat is the leader of the crew, but you can tell. The side judge had the best angle of that. All right. So they're given the completion. 2 minutes. Dalton sends Evans in motion. Now empty set. Now Evans goes back in motion. Thompson looks, fires, and is caught by number 12. Cupid Rodriguez. A minute 28 left to go, and counting. Sends a man in motion. Now he's going to throw it up to Evans. Jamari Evans with a reception. Jamari Evans taken down. The clock will stop till the ball gets placed. Timeout called by the Titans with 1:03 left to go in this one. And here it is, 1:03 left to go. They've got to score. They've got to score in the next play or two, and then hope maybe you can recover an onside kick. And then I don't know, that a lot can happen in a minute 3. 30-18. They need 2 touchdowns to tie it up. Thompson fires incomplete. There's a flag on the play. What in the world? Wind absolutely crazy. Just blew my tripod over. Penalty called on the Hawks. .59 seconds left and the clock is running. Thompson gives it to Hayward. Hayward tracked down David Sanchez, coming up with a big tackle. And the clock still remains running. And a timeout called. .32 seconds is on the clock, and miracles can happen, but the chances are slim to none, and I think Slim's left town. That extra touchdown did it in. Thompson hands off to Hayward. Hayward gang tackled. .20 seconds left. And right now this is the final play of the game, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by David Sanchez. Sanchez pick six to seal the game. (36-18). And I'm going to, because of how this game has gone, I'm going to stay videoing for the handshake. But then coming up next, we got 14U action. We got the final game of the day, 14U